Hey guys, how's it going? So today I am going to do a first impression let's play a review of a game called the Callisto Protocol. As always, with all of my reviews, I'm going to be playing the game for an hour or so until I am happy that I can give you guys a fair opinion on the game. If you are in a hurry, then you can simply skip to the last 10 minutes or so of the video where I will give you my quick, concise, final opinion on the game. Otherwise, just stay tuned and I will be giving you my running commentary as I play through the game. As always, with all of my first impression reviews, I haven't played the game ever before, so I will be giving you guys my first impressions. I did receive a code for the game, which is pretty standard on this channel by now. So just be aware that I did receive a code for the purposes of this review. Now, before we start getting into the actual game and start playing the game, as always, I like to give you guys my opinion on the developer and the studio behind the game as well, if there are any things that bother me. Obviously I did it with Tiny Tina's Wonderland. I told you guys what a piece of shit developer that game's developer is. The fact that they infect their games with Denuvo, which severely impacts performance, as it did with Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Like you guys know by now, if I have an issue with the way that a developer releases a game or anything controversial, then I will absolutely let you know. And it is unfortunately in quite a lot of controversy that the Callisto Protocol is being released. First off, this game is also infected with the Denuvo malware. So just like with Resident Evil, just like with Tiny Tina's Wonderland, just like with Planet Zoo, this game will probably have a lot of performance issues. I've told you guys about the performance issues and showed you guys the performance issues on my previous games that I reviewed that have the Denuvo malware, like Planet Zoo, like Tiny Tina's Wonderland, all of that kind of stuff. And yeah, I'm gonna probably run into a lot of issues with this game as well. I mean, I couldn't even run Planet Zoo. Like, if you go look at my Planet Zoo video, I can't even run the game because of the Denuvo malware. Now, at least I can run this game, but still, that is the type of issues that you run into when a game is infected by Denuvo malware. And this game's developers and the publishers hid the fact that the game is infected with Denuvo malware. They made it known like 2 weeks before the game was to be released. So even though, like I said, I didn't pay for this game, you have to put yourself into the position of someone who did pay for the game. And when you pre-purchase a game, this obviously only has impact on those that pre-purchase the game. So when you pre-purchase a game, the game has been available for pre-purchase since like June of 2020. So that's like what, 5 months, 6 months that the game has been available for pre-purchase. So the people who pre-purchased the game 4 or 5 or 6 months ago, they pre-purchased a game that by all intents and purposes would not have the Denuvo malware on it, because it didn't state it anywhere on the developer's website, didn't state it on the Steam page, didn't state it on the page for the console versions of the game, nothing like that. It was literally nowhere made public the fact that the game will be infected with the Denuvo malware. And now, many months later, wouldn't you know it, the game is infected with the Denuvo malware. So the developers didn't just omit the fact that the game is infected with the Denuvo malware, they straight out lied. Like, there's a fine line between omitting certain facts and straight out lying to customers. You know, they straight out lied. So in my opinion, that is highly immoral, lying to customers, lying to people who are going to purchase your product. And then in the last, like just before they're about to receive that product, you tell them, oh, sorry, our product was made with sweatshop slave labor in Cambodia or in Vietnam or whatever. You know, obviously you would have an issue with that. If you knew that beforehand, you would not have purchased the product. And it is exactly the same with this game. The developers and the publishers knew that they were going to severely hamper the performance of the game by infecting it with the Denuvo malware, and they just didn't give a shit. They didn't make the fact known until 2 weeks before the game was to be released. So in my opinion, that is highly immoral from the developers and the publishers. The same way how 2K hid the fact that Tiny Tina's Wonderland and many of the other games as well, actually, and Square Enix does the same, actually, hid the fact that their game is going to feature the Denuvo malware before releasing the game. This publisher did the same. Now, the publisher is Krafton. They are a South Korean publisher. If you don't know the name, you should definitely know the name, because Krafton is almost as big as Activision. Krafton is a publisher and a games developer from South Korea worth $20 billion. $20 billion US dollars. Activision, which is like one of the biggest game developers on the planet, are worth $25 billion. So Krafton are basically as big as Activision is. So you really should know the name Krafton. They have made a bunch of games. They famously or infamously made PUBG. So obviously we all know PUBG, you know, Players Unknown Battlegrounds. They made that game. They made Devillion, which I actually believe I do have a review for Devillion on my channel somewhere, maybe from a couple of years ago. The game released in 2015, and then Krafton shut down the game shortly after because it wasn't making money. Like, this is the type of developer you're dealing with here. Also Terra, they also made Terra, which is another MMORPG, and they shut that one down as well. And obviously any microtransactions or any money that you spend on Terra or on Devillion, you just lose. You know, you straight out lose that money when they decide to shut down the games. So it's, in my opinion, a highly immoral developer, highly immoral publisher that we are dealing with here. So they lied about the fact that the game is going to be infected with the Denuvo malware, and they've shut down multiple games in the past, simply because those games don't make money. While we're on the fact or the on the topic of money, Krafton makes $500 million a year in revenue from their multiple games. Games like PUBG, obviously PUBG is a very big game and has many microtransactions. So they also obviously have PUBG Mobile and a couple of other games. So this is the type of publisher that you're dealing with here. It's a $20 billion company that makes $500 million a year, and yet they are afraid of a couple thousand pirates that will pirate their game. Like, seriously, they fucked over all of the customers, all of the paying customers of the game, you know, all of the players and all of the customers who bought their game, which honestly the game sold very well. Hundreds of thousands of copies have been sold, if not millions. I don't know, they haven't brought their sales figures into public yet, but I'm willing to bet it's at least like 1 million, because the Callisto Protocol has been on Steam's top seller list for quite a while now, so it's clearly selling very well. But anyway, like I say, this is the type of developer and publisher that you're dealing with. They will add Denuvo Malware to their game to stop a couple thousand copies from not being pirated, and in the process screw over hundreds of thousands of players, if not millions of players, who actually paid for the game, by severely hampering the performance of the game. So I just really take issue with an immoral publisher and developer like that. And I informed you guys about this fact with all of the previous developers who added Denuvo to their game, and I will continue to do so, because so far, with a 100% repeat rate, Denuvo has had an impact on my gaming experience. It was the same with Tiny Tina's Wonderland, where my game just lagged like a motherfucker. Planet Zoo, I couldn't even fucking play the game. There were many other, I can't think of it right now, but those are just the recent ones. I have like probably 10 or 15 Denuvo games that I've reviewed on my channel, and every time the game just suffers from massive performance issues, or simply does not want to run, like in the case of Planet Zoo. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that to your guys' attention, because in my opinion, when you choose to spend $60 on a game, you should spend it morally. That's just my opinion. That's why I don't spend any money on Activision games anymore. I haven't bought a Hearthstone expansion in probably 4 years now. I haven't bought Diablo 2 Resurrected. I haven't bought any World of Warcraft expansions, nothing like that. I literally vote with my wallet, and Activision is a piece of shit developer, and I simply refuse to give my money to pieces of shit. So I expect you guys to be the same, to some degree at least. And that's really my opinion. I do not give developers, immoral developers, money who are immoral like this. Like if a developer adds Denuvo malware to their game, but makes the fact known months in advance, or at least while the game is available for sale, immediately makes the fact known that the game will feature Denuvo malware, then I wouldn't really have a problem, because then they're not fucking over thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people who pre-purchased the game with the expectation for the game not to be infected with Denuvo malware, you know? So I wouldn't take offense or hold it against this company if only they were honest with it. If they didn't lie, if they didn't hide the fact for months and months that the game was infected with Denuvo malware. So that's really my opinion on it. So anyway, like I said, the game is developed by, or at least published by Krafton, and the game is developed by Striking Distance Studios, and the game costs $60. The base game costs $60. The full version of the game costs $80 with the season pass. So if you want the full experience, the full version of the game, it's $80. They will be apparently releasing some story content for those that purchase the season pass in a couple of months. So yeah, the game is basically a $80 game. Oh, another thing while we are on the topic of price, the same criticism that I levied against Tiny Tina, the developers of Tiny Tina, which I believe is 2K, the same criticism that I had against that game, I have against this game, and that is the regional pricing. To give you an example, the Tiny Tina game cost, I think it was $60 or $70 in America. But in South Africa, which obviously is a way poorer country than the United States, the game cost $76. It's literally more expensive in South Africa, which is a third world country, than in America. And that's just one example. That's literally just one example of the terrible regional pricing that 2K put on the Tiny Tina game. And obviously multiple countries had really terrible regional pricing on Tiny Tina, and also on the latest Borderlands game that they released. I think the name was Tales from the Borderlands or something like that. Anyway, 2K are a piece of shit publisher. And this publisher did it again. So on top of the fact that they infected the game with the Denuvo malware, they also completely fucked up the regional pricing. The game costs, this game costs $50 in South Africa. That's just one example. And it obviously costs $60 in the United States. Now you might think, oh well, the game is $10 cheaper in South Africa, so why would you complain? That's pretty good, isn't it? Wrong. America, the average person in America has a wage that is 13 times more than the average person in South Africa. So the average gamer in South Africa is basically 13 times poorer than the average gamer in America. Let that sink in for a minute. 13 times poorer than someone in America. So, by all rights, a game that costs $60 in America should cost $5 in South Africa. That is the buying power. If you don't know what buying power means, you can simply Google it. I'm sure there's a Wikipedia article on it. That is the buying power of the average South African citizen. And once again, this is just one example. I'm using South Africa as an example because I am in South Africa. I'm in a third world country. So many other countries are affected by this as well. The game costs nearly $60 in Poland, when Poland is a very poor country as well. The game costs nearly $60 in Costa Rica, nearly $60 in Uruguay, nearly $60 in Singapore, nearly $50 in Brazil. Brazil is also a very, very poor country. Like, it's really ridiculous. These games should be costing $10 or $15 in these countries instead of $50 or $60. That is simply the buying power of those countries. Charging $50 for this game in South Africa is ridiculous because the average person lives on a wage of $8 per day. Literally, the average South African lives on $8 per day. That, like, let that sink in for a while. So them asking $50 for this game means that they're taking almost a week worth of food and a week worth of living expenses to pay for this game. And I mean, that's fucking ridiculous from this publisher. So whilst other moral publishers like CD Projekt Red, for instance, price their games appropriately, I think Witcher 3, for instance, costs something like $13 or $15 in South Africa. This game costs 3 times the amount that Witcher 3 costs in South Africa. So it's really fucking ridiculous. That's why I would absolutely anytime buy a game that is published by CD Projekt Red, because they are moral. They actually do their research and look at the buying power of a particular country. So that is why their games are cheaper in those regions, like the poorer regions like South Africa and Poland and Uruguay and Argentina and those places, because they know asking $50 or $60 for Witcher 3, they wouldn't get a single fucking purchase in those countries, because it's just absolutely ridiculous to ask that amount of money in those countries. And clearly the publisher of this game gives zero fucks about the third world. So that's just another thing that I wanted to make you guys aware. As I said, the same with my Tiny Tina review. I gave 2K shit for having terrible regional pricing and having Denuvo Malware on their game. I did the same with Square Enix in my Final Fantasy VII Remastered review. The game also costs an insane amount of on in those regions, like in South Africa. I think Final Fantasy VII Remastered was something like $70 in South Africa. And that's really ridiculous to ask that amount of money for Final Fantasy VII Remastered in South Africa. So it's not just this publisher that is a piece of shit. Square Enix is a piece of shit as well. 2K is an obvious piece of shit as well. And I will, each and every time that these developers do these types of shit, I will bring it up to you guys, because in my opinion, you should be voting with your wallet. So anyway, with that being said, let's quickly have a look at the gameplay settings and the graphical settings. So I am currently running the game on high. So we have 60 FPS selected there, DirectX 12. The game is running at 4K resolution. You cannot change the resolution of the game at all when you are running it on borderless full screen mode. So that's obviously an issue in my opinion. They should allow you to change the resolution. This coming from a publisher that has $20 billion. Really, they should fucking allow you to change the screen resolution. I mean, this is not some kind of a indie developer that we're talking about here. And I've seen indie games that allow you to change the screen resolution when you have borderless full screen mode selected. So fucking indie developers are able to give you those options, and yet this developer that is backed by a $25 billion company is not able to give you those options. So that's really fucking terrible. Otherwise than that, we are running it on the highest settings, standard, high, enabled, not RTX. I don't want RTX. I don't like RTX. And then we are high. We set the FSR quality on quality, which is the highest that it can go. You can't go any higher than that. And then I don't like film grain, I don't like motion blur, I don't like depth of field, and we put the anti-aliasing on TAAA, and subsurface scattering is fine. I don't really mind that too much. So yeah, we're really running the game on high. All of the settings are on high, and like I said, the game is running on 4K resolution. So otherwise than that, audio, you can't select the audio channels or anything like that. So if you have 7.1 or 5.1 Dolby Digital, then you are screwed. They don't give you any of those sound channel options whatsoever. And then there's different languages, that's fine. Okay, so you can change the dialogue, but you can't do it in the game. You can only do it once you've exited the game, which is pretty stupid to be honest, but okay. So with that being said, everything looks fine. We are running the game on medium, so there's an easy, medium and hard. So we are gonna run the game on medium. And then there's also character skins. I'm sure if you bought the Kamehameha version of the game, you will be able to select other character skins here as well, but we are just gonna go with the normal one. I just have the regular day one edition that the developers gave me, obviously. So yeah, with that being said, let's jump into the game. There's tutorials, but fuck that, I'm not gonna go through tutorials and stuff. I don't know about on your guys' screens, but on my screen, right about here is when I can start to see that circle in the middle, and I can't see shit here on the left side. So obviously that will differ on based on the brightness of your own screen. So I'm gonna play the game the way my screen is set, and like I say, literally here I can't see a circle here or here, but once we start to get around here, now I can start to see that circle, and I can't see shit over here. So this is how I'm gonna play the game. So I'm not gonna edit out any of these loading screens or anything like this. As always, I leave these loading screens in, because especially in games with Denuvo, the loading screens are very long, because Denuvo is constantly fucking around in the background. There's a lot of texture pop in. Look at that, there's a lot of texture pop in. That's a really bad optimization. These textures should be pre-cached. I don't like games that use pussy-ass jump scares. Like, if the game is scary, then it will be scary, but using pussy-ass jump scares is a really pussy-ass move. So this is obviously a loading screen now. They're kind of trying to make it look like it's not a loading screen, but it's actually a loading screen.
That's enough. We got a job to do.
This is Callisto Hangar Control to UJC Caron. You have cleared the security perimeter.
Roger, hangar control. Laying in course for Europa Station. You got something to say? You gotta keep flicking that thing all day.
I was watching that.
It's our last run, Max. I'm done talking about it.
Then what do you want me to say?
How about thank you? Because after this job, we're never gonna have to work another day in our lives.
Well, I guess you got it all figured out.
I guess so.
Come on, man, what is this? Huh? Back and forth, Callisto to Europa, all this additional security.
It's a prison moon, Max. They take their security pretty serious.
And what about the attacks? Huh? How do you explain that?
By the outer way. They've been hitting targets all over the sector for the past 6 months.
We got a yellow light in the cargo hold.
That's probably nothing.
Well, it's still worth checking out.
You shouldn't worry so much, you know? Live longer.
Port and starboard sensors are both showing errors. Go check them out.
I'm going.
Let's first see where we can walk around and all of that.
You going or what?
Okay, so there's nothing to interact with around here. Okay, audio logs, press tab, press page down. Why the hell do you use page down? and then press enter to play. That's fine. I guess we can listen to that audio log while we are walking around doing nothing.
Personal log.
Okay, why isn't it playing?
The cargo hold, Jacob. Come on, man. Go check it
Personal
out.
log. We're docked at Callisto A.
Okay, that's incredibly fucking stupid. Why doesn't it continue to play? That's really stupid. That basically means I'm not gonna listen to any of the voice recordings, because I am not going to leave my menu open until the fucking thing plays. Okay, so this room is literally useless. I've actually seen toilets like that have a UV light in the toilet, and apparently it really kills the bacteria in the toilet. Okay, there's a gate over here. Why can't I walk faster than this? I'm pressing shift, but it's literally the maximum speed I can walk.
Come on, Max. You gotta stack these right.
Why do you vault with E? Why not space? Vaulting with E is stupid.
This better be worth the trouble. I should check out the rest of the ship.
Hey, there was a pretty big stutter right there.
I guess I'll check the other side.
What's actually blocking me? Like, I can't move forward, but there's nothing in front of me. Why can't I move forward? That's fucking stupid. Like, there's just an invisible wall there. Another invisible wall there. We get some stuttering. Oh, a lot of stuttering. more stuttering and more stuttering. Gotta love the stuttering protocol. I'm just looking for loot over here, but obviously the developers were pretty lazy and didn't put any room for exploration or collecting or anything like that. What the fuck happened here?
Max, we got trouble.
What's up?
We've been boarded.
Oh, shit. The other way?
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Alright. Alright, well, you get your ass back up here. And watch your back. You know, it could be anywhere.
Okay, so do I actually have to return or can I go forward? A hell of a lot of stuttering.
Search the hold. It's gotta be here somewhere.
Dampening field's still in effect.
Not for long.
What does he want?
How should I know?
How the hell did they board like at least 4 people onto the ship? And like we didn't even know it, you know? The characters didn't even know it. Like, how shitty are the sensors on this ship that it can't even detect unauthorized movement?
Almost out of time.
Like, the alarm in my house is better than fucking the movement detection on this ship. And this game apparently takes place in 3032 or something like that. Like 1,000 years in the future.
There he is!
Okay, I'm not pressing any buttons right now.
The bridge! Open up! What are you gonna do? Whenever I have to. What are you doing? No! Shit! Just hold on! I'm on my way!
Okay, I'm just holding W.
Jacob, get up here! Hurry!
Warning. Inertial drivers offline.
Ship's caught in the moon's gravity! We're being pulled in! Transfer flight control to my station! Transfer flight control! This is bad, Jacob! Mayday, mayday, mayday! This is UJC Caron! Returning to Callisto! Requesting emergency clearance!
Negative, UJC Caron. You are not authorized for re-entry.
Sorry, but I got no choice! We're coming in hot! Boost the antigraphs! Already at maximum! We're not gonna make it! Yes, we are! Watch out! Hold on! Brace for impact!
We weren't even close to the ground there at yet. The crash animation happened. We were like several hundred meters away from the ground. And then the crash animation happened.
told you not. I told you not to worry. Max. Max. Hang on, buddy. I'm coming.
I can't look around at all. So this is literally a scripted area.
Whoa.
Chico? Chico? Oh, I didn't you listen.
Hey, come on. Come on. Oh, God damn it.
Grab a gun.
One life sign detected. Continuing search.
Black Iron Security! You the pilot?
Yeah.
And him?
He's gone.
We'll just need the one. Okay, let's get you out of here. Manifest says you were running cargo out of the hangar. Don't get many of you freelancers out here.
I was just doing my job.
Don't I know it?
Thermal regulators enabled.
It's the first ship I ever lost. We were boarded by
Let go of me!
her. She's the one who... Hey!
Cool your jets, cargo jockey. You do your job. You let me do mine, all right? Sir. Yes, sir?
Whatever you say.
Grab him, too.
Hey! What are you doing? Hey! I didn't do anything!
The Stuttering Protocol. Another nice long loading screen.
The fuck are you looking at?
Why?
Way too late for this shit.
Okay, inmates do not speak unless they are spoken to.
There's been a mistake. My name is Jacob Lee. I'm not an inmate.
You were inmate 532-521. You address me as Captain Ferris.
What? No. I'm just a cargo pilot. I was attacked by the Outer Way. By her. She crashed my ship and she killed my first
I
officer.
don't care. Warden's orders. Oh, speak of the devil.
Choice. Every choice in your life has led you here. To this moment. To this place. The only place where you truly belong. To find the one thing that has always been missing. A purpose for your meaningless life. This is Warden Cole, and together we will find that purpose. Welcome to Black Iron Prison.
I just love that last part. Gives me chills every time. End of the line, get up. Inmates, I gave you a direct order.
This is not right. I don't belong here.
Listen, you know they call Callisto the dead moon. Dead. Just like you would have been if I hadn't fished you out of that wreck. I mean, shit. As far as anyone else is concerned, you are dead. It's time you moved on. Because you're crossing over to a new kingdom.
No.
My kingdom. So whatever it is you're holding on to right there, that's your old life. You gotta let that go. Because your new life is entirely in my hands.
Surprise, dead man.
Grab her. Let's go.
You are now entering Black Iron Prison, a division of UJC Corrections.
Another nice long scripted
Processing.
thing where you can't even move or look around.
Wait, wait, no, no, you got it.
Inmate 532-521. Dr. Caitlin Marler, and as per Article 412 of the UJC Penal Code, you will now be fitted with a core device.
But doctor, he's not in the system. We don't know.
Just prep the device.
That device? No, no, you're a goddamn doctor.
Yes, and I intend to faithfully execute my responsibilities. Try not to move, it'll only make things worse.
Oh, fuck you!
Doctor, he's flatlining.
Injector.
And another loading screen. We haven't even been able to play for the last 5 minutes and we already got 3 loading screens. This is a nice long one. And this is a dream. This actor actually, well, the character actor, whatever, character model, actually looks pretty familiar. Not too sure from where though. Is there any interesting information on it? No disturbance will be tolerated, blah blah blah. New inmate. I can't read the stuff there at the bottom. I don't think it's meant to be read. I'm hearing sound, but I have no idea from where. There's nothing that I can interact with. Okay. Once again, another attempted jump scare.
Personnel, report to the main cell block. This is not a drill. Please, remain calm. There is nothing to fear.
What the hell? Something's not right.
Yeah, the entire fucking place is on fire, so obviously something miraculously happened while we were asleep. Just so happens that while we were asleep, apocalypse happened. What are the chances? Those guys are definitely not normal. You can see they're acting in a weird way. I don't like this lighting effect. Let me quickly see if I can't turn it off, because I really don't like that lighting effect. Okay, so you can't change the display options while in the game. That's fucking stupid. Like, seriously, why the hell don't they allow you to do that? Indie games allow you to change the graphics while inside the game, so why doesn't this game allow you to do that? That's once again something where this game is inferior to an indie game. So let's quickly save the game. Exit to main menu. Yes, fuck you. And then let's quickly change that. Lighting. I think it's this one. Screen space reflections. I think it's that one that's irritating me, because I do not like that effect where it kind of fills the entire screen with light when a light is pointed at you. It's a fake effect. I don't like that effect at all. Come on. Come on. Seriously, while I was just literally in the game, you shouldn't have like a 30, 40-second loading screen. That's a little bit fucking ridiculous. Oh, okay. And saving does not actually save. All saving does is it makes sure the game was saved during one of the checkpoints. So the game doesn't have an actual save system. It has a checkpoint save system. So that's another thing that I don't like about the game.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you see, it's still doing that thing where it's basically flooding the entire screen with light when a light is pointed at you. Look at those guys fighting there at the bottom. But I guess those could just be regular prisoners, you know, not actually infected or crazy or anything like that. Those guys at the top are definitely not prisoners. Those guys are like the guards, and the fact that the guards are going crazy really makes the entire situation a little bit weird. Let's see when that corpse falls off. From where does it fall off? Okay, so it actually fell off from here, from this side.
Warning. 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 All response teams mobilize immediately. Required. Anomaly detected.
No.
Warning. Warning.
What light do I have on me? I don't see a light on me, so how? Look at that, I don't have a light on me at all. There's no light. So how, when I point towards the wall, is there light? That doesn't make sense.
Shutting down. Required.
Once again, this entire area is just linear. It's just a linear experience. There's nothing that you can interact with. There's no lootables, no collectibles, no exploration. You can't open any of this stuff. You can't interact with any of this stuff. The same as the previous area. Absolutely linear and zero exploration possible. A lot of lag. Holy fucking hell. Look at that. Look at the lag. Look at that shit. Massive lag. That was like a 8-second lag. It looks like I held the fucking screenshot button there. Why can't I just climb over here? Climb over here, go over there. Like, it doesn't make sense. Why can't I just go over there? Climb over this motherfucker. Then I can go over there, get a gun, because that's the control center over there. Get a gun, and then I'll be fucking 100%, you know? This game design and the level design doesn't make sense. And that guy's definitely a crazy dude.
Hey man, come on! Oi, look! Oi, can you see me? Oi, look! Bruv, what the fuck is going on?
I don't know what the hell's going on. My ship crashed, I got thrown in here, and then I woke up to this.
Well, look. You're that pilot they just brought in, yeah? Yeah, well, look, I've been in here half my life. I know this place. I've got a plan to get out. If you help me out of this cell, I'll help you, yeah? Look, you can use this to get inside the control room across that bridge. You can open my cell from there. My name's Elias, by the way.
Jacob.
Don't lose it, Jacob. Might just save your life. Don't leave me hanging.
Okay, so do I have the shiv equipped now? I can't see my fucking hand. This camera is so fucking irritating. I don't even have it equipped. I'm pressing 1 and 2, scroll up, scroll down. I literally can't equip it. You see that lighting effect? I don't like that lighting effect one bit. Okay, so apparently you can't equip the shiv right now. Which is fucking stupid. Since I obviously have the shiv in my inventory now. Okay, that's easy. There's no red wire, blue wire. It's just cut the entire fucking thing. Why would it have closing? That doesn't make sense. A command had to be issued to this thing to close, and since I cut the fucking input wire, it just doesn't make sense that something would have told it to close. Look at that artifact, look at that. See that artifacting? Look at that. Fucking flashing. Where are all of those guys coming from? Like, look at that. It's a endless stream of them. Look, another stream of them are gonna come. There they come. It's 3 at the top, 5 at the top, 6 at the top, and then 3 at the bottom. So let's see. 6 at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 3 at the bottom. Once again, let's see that in a real-time replay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 3 at the bottom. Fantastic. So there isn't even any randomization. The devs couldn't be asked to even fucking randomize the infinite spawning NPCs. So much for game immersion, I guess. I'm pressing, I'm pressing. Stab him. Stab him. Stab him. I don't like quick time events, I have to tell you that. Stab him. Just stab him. Okay, that's a zombie. Yeah, you didn't want to stab them. That's what you get for not stabbing them. The story makes very little sense, to be honest. And the fact that it's all fucking linear really pisses me off. Okay, so they spawn us back here, probably 2 minutes prior. So we have to redo 2 minutes of stuff. Let's see, can we see through there? Okay, so there's nothing there, nothing at all. We can see through there. Nothing, nothing. The entire room is clear. There's no 2 people fighting over there or anything like that. And now, magically, 2 people spawn there in the middle. Right there, immediately where we looked, 2 people spawn. Okay, we can skip this because we've already been through it. Nope, we can't skip it. The game isn't allowing me to skip it. That's fantastic. You're supposed to hold left or right to dodge, which I am doing.
What the fuck was that?
And it's just like not doing anything. I get hit each and every time. Still, it doesn't matter. I hold left, or at least I hold A, and I hold D, like the tutorial showed me. And I still get hit each and every time. And anyway, holding A and holding D is a really idiotic way of doing dodging in a game. Like, really.
That should do it.
Okay, is someone gonna attack him or what's gonna happen? Dodging melee attacks, hold down A or D before the enemy attacks to dodge it. There isn't a timing window, just be holding down before the enemy hits you. Okay, well, I was doing that and I was still getting hit. To dodge a series of melee attacks, hold down A, then switch to hold down D before the enemy attacks, alternating between A and D. Never dodge in the same direction more than once or the sequence will fail. Okay, so if they attack once, it doesn't matter, but if they attack twice or more than twice, you have to go A, D, A, D, A, D. Pretty stupid mechanic for dodging, but okay. I don't know what was wrong with the dodging mechanic of a game like Dead Space, for instance, but okay. Okay, so I can pull out this weapon, but I can't pull out the shiv.
Jacob, over here! This gate's no good. The console's not responding.
Back there, I just saw something. It attacked me and it didn't seem human.
What do you want about?
I know what I saw.
Look, this place can mess with your head. This is our chance. Whatever it was you saw, it's all the more reason to get out of here. You see that watchtower?
Yeah.
That's our first stop. Meet me there.
How?
Elevator's that way. Take it up to the next level. I'll be in touch.
Got it.
Just climb over the fucking gate. Like, look at that. Any fucking monkey can just climb over there, boop, 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 up, and then you're over. Then you're with the other guy. Like, this doesn't make fucking sense. Usually in games where they have good level design, they would put like spikes at the top or electrified stuff at the top, but not in this fucking game. I can literally boop, 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 up, and then you're at the other side. Like, it just doesn't make sense. The level design in this game is dog shit, and the immersion is dog shit as well. Like, nothing makes sense. It's not logical. It's not a realistic game. Okay, so there's a friend over there. Can't I, like, sneak or something? Okay, so I'm sneaking. Sneaking. Are you gonna turn around or anything like that? Yeah, come on. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Okay, so the developers didn't program logical AI either. That thing just kept walking towards me. How the fuck did that happen? I was literally busy swinging at him, and he just like blocked my attack. How the fucking hell does that work? You guys saw that. You guys can literally go back in the video and see. I was literally busy swinging at him, and my swing was just cancelled. After defeating an enemy, press the spacebar to stomp on their body and trigger item drops. Gather any item drops. Okay, so that's the same as Dead Space. Okay, so what, is one item drop the maximum that you can get or what? Okay, so you can't even hit his hands or nothing like that. Can't interact with him at all. That's another fantastic game design decision.
Jacob, can you hear me?
Yeah. How?
Enable two-way comms with your core to the left. Just take it down and find the elevator on that level.
Look, 1, 2, 3. At the bottom. And then I can't see 6 at the top now, but it's still 3 at the bottom. No variation whatsoever. Okay, so these ones don't give anything. So other corpses do, but this one doesn't. Well, these ones don't. Once again, makes a lot of sense. Once again, another perfect spot to get a jump scare popped on us. I was dodging. I was definitely dodging. So that first one, I was dodging 100%, and yet I still got hit. And then fortunately on the second one, I dodged, because I did obviously dodge correctly there. I did dodge correctly on both hits, but it just chose to ignore the first one. So there's an invisible wall here. Fantastic. That's the third invisible wall that we found so far. Guys, well, one guy is going crazy, the other guy is just having a panic attack. We shouldn't forget to squish on these guys. And these ones don't give anything. Look for wall-mounted boxes that contain health injector. Enemies can drop health injectors, and they can also be found inside loot crates. Press 3 to quickly use a health injector. They will replenish health, but use with care, as you can be attacked during the injection process. Health injectors can also be used via the inventory screen.
Prisoners. Stand down.
Now, hopefully you're not going to attack me. That wouldn't be nice. Can we actually get burned, I wonder? Nope. I'm literally pressing forward. And I'm literally standing inside the fire. And we can't get burned. There's once again an invisible wall, so the fire isn't even real. Let's save. What the fuck? I went save, didn't I? I'm fucking certain I went save. That's bullshit. Okay, let's see which load was the most recent one. It was that one. That's fucking bullshit. I'm gonna have a look. Okay, so I'm gonna have a look at that replay, because I am very certain that I fucking went on save and not on load. That's bullshit. Unless the game literally froze when I did it. That would explain me, quote unquote, accidentally pressing load instead of save. Like, I literally went like this. Like, that's absolute bullshit.
Stand down.
Okay, so you can't even interact with these NPCs at all. Can't attack them, can't talk to them, can't damage them. Fantastic game design. Literally as if this game was designed by indie studio, like fucking seriously. I've seen better environmental design, better character design, better mechanics from fucking indie games. Indie studios. Not companies that are worth 20 billion.
Elias, something's wrong with the elevator. I'm heading down, not up.
Damn, that means you're headed to solitary. You can still reach the watchtower. Just have to go the long way. Just be careful. They keep the real crazies down there.
I also really don't like how linear this fucking game is. What, was I supposed to be scared at something? Did something happen? Because I didn't see it. I really don't like pussy ass jump scares, like seriously. They don't scare me in the fucking slightest, and they're so cheap. How many jump scares have they thrown at me by now? Like 4 or 5 jump scares? And not a fucking single one of them made me jump. And it's not even a question about being scared. It's just a question about jumping. Like literally, they play that loud ass fucking sound effect in your ears. Fucking trying to make you suffer hearing loss. And obviously that is gonna make anyone with functioning ears jump, you know? It's like someone screaming in your fucking ear. Obviously, you're gonna jump. It's not a question about being scared. It's a question about having working, functioning ears. By the way, I pressed E 3 times. Literally 3 times, and then it opened the gate. Someone didn't flush the fucking toilet, holy shit. Living like animals. How do you break that open? I mean, it's clearly something that you can break open. Oh, stomp. I guess you have to stomp. Okay, well, that's another thing that the tutorial failed to mention. They didn't even explain chests, and they didn't explain stomping on chests. So the tutorial is also pretty shit. Camera went right through the wall there. Fantastic. Jump scare incoming. 1. Ah, I just pressed it once. Okay. Literally pressed it once. I'm not even pressing it again. Of course it's a jump scare. I told you it's a jump scare. I could have been one of these pussy ass developers because I know exactly when the jump scares are coming. It's almost as if I designed this game. Okay, so you can't even stomp this corpse. That's really realistic. Awesome work, developers. Now that motherfucker that just went into the shaft over there is probably gonna come out of another shaft, like either from the sides or from the top. You can believe me because I helped design this game apparently. That's how fucking good I am at determining this fucking game so far. Okay, so I can't go in anywhere over here. Okay, this is the perfect chance to spring something on me. Let's see if the developers do that. Oh no, they didn't. That was actually a very good chance to quote-unquote scare the player. Pressed it once. Oh, just once again. Seems you don't even need to bash it. I just pressed it once. Okay, let's see if I press it twice. Once, twice. Oh, okay, so this time I have to press it more than twice. Interesting. Some doors you can open by pressing once, some doors you have to press a little bit more than once. Really interesting. So every door has its own preference apparently. All of these eggs definitely don't seem normal.
You hurt?
No, but I had to kill him. Kill it. What the fuck is going on?
Holy shit. Okay, so there was one of those motherfuckers hiding in this corpse. It's shitty that they didn't even give me a chance to avoid it, you know, like literally there was no dodging possibility or anything like that. The fucker just jumped on me. Come on, I'm ready for you.
Elias, found the elevator, heading up now.
Good. Now this detour might actually work for us. There's a weapons lockup just past the infirmary.
Good place to gear up.
You'll need to watch out though. Security units are back online.
It just started raining in real life here, so in case you hear some kind of a background noise, just know it's raining.
No, we're not infected! Lethal force has been authorized. Area secured. Moving to medical sector.
Yeah, why do I have to sneak? I don't like games where you have to sneak. Sneaking is for pussies. Can I climb in here? Nope. They don't allow you to climb into the vents. Even though that's clearly large enough for someone of my size. Okay, so you can climb in there, but you can't climb in there. A bunch of those dudes running past, infected dudes or whatever. I guess we're going through here. And for some reason we can't go through the other one.
They can't track us.
And we get massive lag.
Breaking down like that elevator back there.
Look at this lag.
Stay out of their line of sight and you should be able to sneak by.
Look at this lag.
No activity detected.
I'm like at 20 FPS. Look at this. There we go. Now it's gone. Why does this game have such gigantic lag? 20 FPS. And then like no lag at all. That's literally Denuvo phoning home or whatever bullshit it does. So these are the guys that were obliterated. Let's see what death animation happens when that thing actually hits us, you know? Let's have a look, just for fun. Like, firstly, if I stand up... Okay, so it doesn't detect me if I just stand up. That's fine, that's the way it should be. It shouldn't detect me if I'm just standing up. I don't think I can... Okay, well, it just like that turned around. I didn't even move.
Reporting no activity.
Like, I literally did not even move there. I just stood still for like 4 seconds or whatever, and then on the 4th second he turned around and supposedly realized that I was there. So that doesn't make a lot of sense. And we get another nice loading screen, probably already 30 seconds or so. Yeah, 40 seconds at least already. Okay. And they put us back to here, and I bet those people are gonna run past there. Yep. So they actually once again put us back like at least 2 minutes, to be honest.
They can't track us.
Prison systems are breaking down like that elevator back there. Just stay out of their line of sight and you should be able to sneak by.
It's a pretty cool death animation, I have to say. That's one of the things that attacked me earlier.
Can't let them see me.
I don't know what all of this is. It's stupid that I can't look straight up. Like, literally, you can't look straight up in the game.
Black Iron Security Unit active.
What's that blue vial there? Why can't I, like, take that or something? Maybe it's like acid that I can throw on him or something. Okay, so it doesn't look like he's gonna turn around at all.
Weapon systems online.
Okay, so how do I get past here?
No movement detected.
Must I go over there?
Threat condition elevated.
Okay, I can't go.
Scanning for movement.
Can't go through there, so how the hell?
Scanning for active core signatures.
Can't go over there. I guess we're gonna go here. Or what? No, we can't. So... how the hell?
Lethal force authorized.
Like, there's a thing to interact there with, but the door is locked. So what does it help to... unless I can cut it. Can I cut it? I guess I can cut it. Gonna make some noise though. Yeah, and shut the fuck up. Oh shit. How did he not see me there?
Black Iron Security Unit active.
Like he looked straight at me. There's more of those blue vials on the ground. This guy couldn't keep a cool head. We get some stuttering. Well, he's still over there. We get some more stuttering. There's a chest. I guess we can stand up now. More stuttering, freezing, all of that good stuff. A lot of stuttering. 7 FPS, 4 FPS, 15 FPS. Awesome. That's a really stupid death animation. Did you see how low quality the blood was and all of that? That's like those Unity asset flip games that you see that use the store-bought assets with the blood splatter. You know, that typical blood splatter that you get in like $1 and $2 games on Steam. That looked like that blood splatter from that store. Okay, we are full health again. That's good. The looting in this game is incredibly sparse. Like really, really sparse. Like you get almost no looting in this game. This thing is closed. That thing is closed. So something is gonna attack us. Let's save, even though it doesn't fucking help, because the game uses checkpoints in anyway. So something is gonna pop out, and I guess we just have to mash the key that it says. Okay. What did we get? Did we get something? I don't even think we got anything. So there's literally no way to not take damage from something like that. Because I immediately started mashing the key that they said I must mash. And I still lost health. So that's fucking stupid. Like, there's literally no way for you to not lose health. What's this?
This might be useful.
Gate fuse, okay. But now this one is locked. Once again, it's really fucking stupid that you can't play these things whilst walking around.
Personal log, Dr. Caitlin Marler.
Look at that. As soon as I go out, it stops. That's fucking idiotic. Okay, so I'm assuming this is the correct way, maybe? I don't know. I don't want to go the main way the first time. I want to actually explore. Okay, Mr. Robot is over there still. I don't know how far his view range is. Okay, well, I don't see anything. What's the point of actually coming in here if there's not going to be anything? Seriously, that's the stupidest shit. Like, they could have at least put something there. Not putting anything there is just idiotic. So this is the area where the robot walked. So if I were a smart developer, I would put something here to reward any players who circle back. But of course, we are not talking about smart developers here. So obviously this entire area is devoid of any loot whatsoever. Right, and once again, I don't know what the range of that robot is. Like, can we... No, we can't get in there. No, we can't get in there, and we can't get in there, so... There's absolutely no way of getting past that robot. Okay, so I guess we can take the gate fuse. And then, I don't know why all of the fucking power in the entire place goes out. And then we can just go check. I'm not sure which way is the quote-unquote main way. It might be this way, maybe. Yeah, you see. Now we are in a predicament. Do we want to go this way or do we want to go the other way? Ah, yes, actually gate fuse. Okay, so we can actually use our gate fuse here. Don't know what the energy converter is. You see, like, that is what you're supposed to have in a room, you know? Two things to loot in that room. Not like the other fucking place that had 0 things to loot, you know? Like, an entire room with nothing to loot in it. It's just beyond idiotic. Okay, so I can't go through there. So seriously, I don't know if I should go this way or if I should go the other way. This seems like a bigger place, to be honest. So, 90% chance that that is the main way. So, let's go this way first. And then hopefully this is not the quote-unquote main way. Oh, it's hot. Wow. Okay. Okay, a massive lag. 7 FPS. 7 FPS. 10 FPS. 6 FPS. 4 FPS. 6 FPS. Like, look at this lag. Look at this. It's literally screenshotting. Look at that. Still. Look at that. You guys have to remember, I have a 3080 RTX. And I'm getting 7 FPS. Look at this. Look at this fucking lag. Freeze. Freeze. The game's froze. And the game crashed. Fantastic. That's awesome. Really nice game. Really excellent. Absolutely worth $60. Absolutely worth $60. Okay, so let me restart the game quickly. Just 1 second. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about with regards to Denuvo. Like, really, Denuvo fucks up the game. It is a 99% chance. With a game that has Denuvo, it's gonna be an absolute shit show. Like, seriously. It is simply a law. It's like the law of gravity, the law of thermodynamics. If a game has Denuvo, then it's fucking gonna lag like crazy. Okay, so we're gonna go into the game again. I'm gonna leave all of this in so that you guys can see how long the loading screen is again. So we're gonna continue at the latest save, obviously. Like, literally all of the Denuvo games that I've played. But here he comes again. Let's run away. All of the Denuvo games that I've played, like Back 4 Blood, Resident Evil, the latest one, that one was an absolute shit show. Star Wars Battlefront, obviously, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. I actually do have a review on that one as well. Bravely Default, I have a review on that one. Like, the list just goes on and on. Borderlands 3 really ran bad at the beginning. They made it a little bit better now, but it really ran bad at the beginning. People forget how bad Borderlands 3 actually ran. Like, all of the Denuvo games just run like dog shit when they are released. And yet, developers with no morals, like this developer, just continue putting it into their games. Square Enix as well. 2K as well. There's a couple of other ones. Frontier Foundry as well. They just keep putting this malware into their fucking games. That makes you get 7 FPS and crashes. We shouldn't forget the crashes on a 3080 RTX. Like, it's fucking idiotic. Come on. What, did he just disappear? Okay, I guess he disappeared. I don't know to where he disappeared, but he disappeared. Can this fire burn us? Nope. Fire can't burn us. Fire that does 0 damage. Like, it's like, it reminds me of a couple of indie games that I've played in the past that have water. Like, you can see there's water. But when you go into the water, then there's no water sound. Like a splish splash type of water sound. There's no water sound. They didn't even bother putting a water sound into the game. You can't swim. Like, it literally like blocks you, like there's an invisible wall on the water. That really reminds me of those types of cheap indie games. Like, you should have at least gotten a little bit burnt or something. Some kind of animation or something. Like, maybe your character raising his hand in front of his face when you're in fire. I've seen games do that, you know, good games do that. But no, this fucking developer did not give a fuck. Like, they were like, oh, should we add some fire mechanics, or at least like the character raising his hand when he's literally standing with his face right in the fucking fire. Oh no, don't worry about it. You know, that's gonna cost too much money. We are only a company with $20 billion budget. Like, that's gonna cost too much fucking money. Like, fucking hell, this game is really indie game levels of shitty with some of the stuff. Like, this entire area, from here all the way over there, actually further than that, like all the way from there all the way over to here, only one lootable in this entire area, and that was the chest. Like, this fucking entire area, only one lootable. What bullshit is that? Like, seriously, the lack of lootables in this game is just so shitty. Like, seriously. I don't know if this is the main way or if the other one is the main way. Okay, now this seems a little bit more likely to be the main way. By the way, just be aware, if you are an epileptic sufferer, then definitely don't watch this section. Okay, so he said something about change can be hard, but it's necessary. I don't know what he means by that. Yeah. I guess we're gonna go this way, even though this now really seems like the main way. Like, I'm now honestly convinced that that is the main way. So it turns out that the other way I should actually have gone down first. So I will come back to this way after I've gone to the other way. So let's quickly run over to the other way. Lag, absolute massive lag. 7 FPS, 10 FPS, 12 FPS, and we're back to normal. Fantastic. Okay, this is a big area. I don't know on what we are gonna be able to spend our credits, but I guess there's gonna be some kind of a vendor of some kind eventually that you will be able to spend your money at. Did that guy just blink? Or is it just the shitty lighting effects? Yeah, I guess it's the shitty lighting effects. I would like to get to the vendor or the area where we are gonna use money before ending the video, just so that we can at least see what the character progression system is like, you know, how do you make your character stronger and stuff like that. Obviously, in Dead Space, you could upgrade your suit. You obviously had a suit and you could upgrade your suit. You also had kinetic abilities, you know, like a force field type psychic ability and stuff like that. So I wonder what the progression system in this game will be like. Like, how do you actually make your character stronger in the game? This entire fucking area only had a couple of lootables over there. Like 3 credits, 4 credits. Like, that's fucking stupid. 16 credits. This is the perfect place for a jump scare. Now this is the perfect place. What the hell was this place? Like, is it just a shower with a okay, what was that? Okay. Come on. Hey, are there more? $21 credits. How the hell did that guy destroy all of the lights in the entire area? Like, how is that even possible for one guy to destroy all of the lights in the entire area? That doesn't make sense. That's bullshit. I dodged that. The dodging system in this game is so shit. Like, no jokes. Okay, there's health over there. Wasn't there health over here? Or was that in my imagination? Okay, well, let's save just in case, even though it's not going to help me because once again the game uses a checkpoint system. I'm obviously 1 hit away from death. Okay, so there's nothing there. I still don't understand how all of the fucking lights in this entire area were broken by that one attacker dude. Like, that's really idiotic. Okay, where was that one healing? There was one healing here somewhere. I forgot where it was. There was one extra healing here that I couldn't pick up somewhere. Oh well. Can't remember where it was. Wasn't in here, was it? Was around here somewhere. If I have to use a healing thing, then I will. Maybe it was here? It was in a locker like this. But I can't remember exactly where. Hey, that robot isn't there anymore. Okay, does that mean it's now somewhere else? Maybe? Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna have to use a healing thing. I mean, I could take a chance and just continue going. 7 FPS, 7 FPS, 4 FPS, that's nice. 4 FPS, 7 FPS, 7 FPS, 15 F, and we're back to normal. Really, this game's lag, like, it just decides to fucking lag. Like, what's the use of this area, actually? Okay, nothing once again. A massive area. And, there's nothing. Like, this entire fucking area. Not a single lootable. Brilliant work. I don't know where that other robot disappeared to. So I guess now the final area where we can go is this way, obviously. I guess we're gonna have to loot, or at least use a medical injector thing. Was it here, maybe? Ah, here we go. I remember it was somewhere where I left one. So we can't even attempt to stop the knockdown or press any of the buttons. A lot of the stuff is in Chinese or Korean. It looks a little bit like Korean. And a lot of the other stuff is in Russian. So I don't quite understand why half of the base is in Russian and half of the base is in Chinese or Korean. It doesn't make a huge amount of sense, but okay. This is yet again a nice place for a jump scare. Exactly the same how I said in that shower place there's gonna be a jump scare. This is also a nice place for a jump scare.
Jacob, it's getting worse out here. Where are you?
Made it through the infirmary. Still looking for that weapons lockup.
Okay, we're getting close. Just keep moving.
Okay, that doesn't sound nice. Okay, there's a dude there. Oh. Okay, go back. Can't I go back? I did dodge that. Massive lag. Massive lag. Like, there's nothing better than dropping down to 11 FPS during a fight. I'm sure you guys would agree. There's nothing better. It would be cool if I could like kick them or something like that into that, but yeah, the game doesn't have kicking. In Dead Space you could force push enemies, you could freeze enemies, stuff like that, you know. But obviously Dead Space was a good game, and this is not. So all of those mechanics are not present in this game. Finally, we get to like a control area where we're probably gonna get a gun or something like that, usually.
The lockup had already been raided. All that's left is this baton.
Stun baton, yeah. Those things do pack a punch, though. We are gonna need it.
Oh yeah, sure, just throw that shit on the ground. That makes sense.
You're almost to the watchtower. I had to sneak through, but it's empty now, so you should be good. I'll meet you on the other side.
Yeah, see you there.
Yeah, why couldn't I have done that at the other console that said lockdown? Okay, my boot literally goes straight through him, so that's brilliant game design. Really realistic. Would have been cool if you could modify your guns or something like that. That's what you get. Super realistic once again, that none of these corpses drop anything, but the corpses that I kill drop stuff. Super realistic. As if all of these corpses were already looted. By whom were they looted then? If the game wants to take that logic, they have to explain by whom were they looted. That guy over there looks alive. Hey, he's not, fortunately. No loot from any of these guys. And no loot in this entire fucking area, or this previous area, or that previous area. That's also, once again, super great game design. Hey.
Almost there.
We're finally back in the prison circle again. Can I jump over here? No, I can't jump over there. Invisible force field is stopping me. You're playing weird music and I'm not seeing anything. I don't know for what you're playing the weird music. Hey, there's a dude over there. Two dudes, actually. I wonder if this game has a sneaking mechanic at all. Like, can you sneak attack an enemy to deal massive damage or anything like that? Maybe the devs had some sense to at least build a sneaking mechanic in the game. Let's have a look at their pattern of walking. Okay, so that guy goes around and then he comes around again. So he at no point looks in this direction. So we should be able to go closer if the game uses logic. We should be able to stand over here, and then when he comes around we should be able to sneak attack. Okay, and then we go. We go. We stay behind him. Massive lag. Stab. Okay, so the game does have a sneak attack mechanic. Massive lag. 7 FPS. 5 FPS. And that is fighting in Callisto Protocol at 7 FPS. Fantastic. $60 game, by the way. It fucking runs worse than some phone games that I've played, some mobile games. This game runs worse than that. And I'm playing on a PC that is probably close to $3,000. Still, I'm still at 24 FPS. Look at this shit. Still, 24 FPS. Look at this lag. Like, what is it loading? What is it rendering? Like, I can understand if it's maybe rendering a new scene, you know, like if you're gonna do a scene transition or something like that, maybe it could lag like this, but look at this, it's still lagging. 32 FPS right now, 32 FPS. Look at this. Fucking ridiculous. Still, 35 FPS. 42 FPS, okay, I can't go this way. 28 FPS. Look at this shit. Are those guys down there? Oh, okay, yeah, they're down there. Oh, 14 FPS, that's nice.
Shut.
7 FPS. 14 FPS. That's really nice. Hey, this place is open. Not that I'm ever gonna listen to that. Oh, my FPS is below 30. All the way. This entire area below 30 FPS. Oh, that was a long freeze. That guy is still throwing a tantrum. Okay, there's an enemy over there. Should I go that way or should I just go this way? Oh, that's the robot. I almost forgot that's the robot over there. Okay, so there's no reason to go over there. I'm still at below 30 FPS this entire area. Okay, now I'm at 42 FPS. Okay, now I'm back down to 30 FPS. Oh, 30 FPS, 22 FPS. Oh, 19 FPS.
I got you. I'm sending in Squad 9.
Sir, Squad 9 is gone.
Hold your position.
Fall back. We've lost containment.
All right, then activate all tactical units. You are weapons free. Repeat, you are weapons free.
Yes, sir. But, sir, help me.
Wow, so me interacting with this literally just stopped the cutscene dialogue. It's still lagging.
Okay, let me see if I got this straight. You crash here, and then this whole place goes to shit. Oh, 5, 2, 1. Look at me when I'm talking. What'd you do? Huh? You can tell me. Are you different? Are you special? Why'd the warden want you alive?
More lag. Way more lag.
I told you. This is my kingdom. It's all yours.
That was awfully convenient.
Alas, I'm through.
More lag.
And so is Ferris.
More lag.
What do you mean?
He was there. Those things killed him.
More corpses that I can't stomp at all.
You're harder than I thought. Just keep going now. I found a safe room up ahead.
Oh, 24 FPS. 17 FPS. Really? Like, what is it loading? Like, I'm standing still and look at this lag. Look at that. What is it loading right here? Or corpses that I can't stomp at all. Like, I can't even do damage to them. Never mind to get resources from them. It's just literally unstompable. As if my boot doesn't even exist. I'm still lagging. It's still 21 FPS. 23 FPS. Like, I can play Cyberpunk 2077 on Ultra. Okay, there we go. Now we're at 60 FPS. I can play Cyberpunk 2077 on Ultra. On 2K resolution. And I'm also playing this game right now on 2K resolution. And, like, I get 60 FPS on Cyberpunk with no problem. With my PC. So the fucking fact that I can't even get 15 FPS sometimes in this game is purely down to the fact that the devs are either fucking idiots or Denuvo. Or a combination of both. I don't know. Maybe they're fucking idiots and it's Denuvo. Maybe they just really badly optimized the game. And I'm sorry, but you can't tell me that this game looks better than Cyberpunk 2077 on Ultra. Like, that fucking game looks phenomenal. And it just automatically opens without me even interacting with it, and it automatically closes. And we get a load screen. The amount of stuff in this game that you can't interact with is really like indie game levels of shitty.
To do what is required. To make the hard choices. As your new warden, I will do what is necessary. For you. For this storied institution. For the good of all mankind.
I've seriously played indie games where you can break the chairs and you can break tables, you can break glass, you can chop corpses up, you can destruct the environment, stuff like that. Fucking indie games that are like designed by 20 people. This fucking game, the company behind this game, Crafton, has 2,200 employees. They're really, really big. They're not as big as Activision. Activision has more like 8,000 employees, but still 2,200 employees versus 20 employees, and those 2,200 employees can't do what 20 employees did. Like, seriously, it's fucking, it's laughable. And then they have the audacity to charge $60 for the base game of this game and $80 for the full game. Like, it's really ridiculous, seriously. Okay, are you gonna attack me? We get more lag, we get more freezes. You don't look as if you're gonna attack me, to be honest. You look like a friendly robot. You're a nice robot, aren't you? Yes, nice robot. Can I attack you? No, once again, the same as the previous robot. Can't interact with a robot at all. Very nice. Brilliant, $60 game. You can't interact with fuck all. So, yeah guys, holy shit, that's gay. That is super gay. I hate game developers that do that shit. I did dodge that. That's bullshit. It hit me twice and yet I did dodge. The dodging in this game is really shitty. Whoever thought that it would be a good idea for you to have to hold down the dodge button whilst they attack you? So you can click, 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 attack, you know? And then you must be holding the dodge button when the opponent's hit lands, but it doesn't even function. Like multiple times now, I've held down the dodge button and then I still get hit. Like, seriously, I click attack and then dodge. I hold the dodge button and then I still get attacked. Like, it really, the dodge in this game is not only an atrocious mechanic, you know, mechanically speaking, it's an atrocious mechanic, because whoever thought that would be a good idea for the player to hold down a button during combat in order to dodge? And secondly, it doesn't even work. It does not even function. You literally hold the button and you still get hit. So it's doubly shitty. So anyway, like I was saying, the game, honestly, in multiple ways already is worse than a dozen or so indie games that I've played in the past year. Like, the performance is dog shit. The environmental interaction is zero, literally zero, which makes it way worse than many indie games. The loot in the game is like terrible. I mean, I've now been playing 2.5 hours and I've picked up maybe 20 items, maybe 20 items, and I'm saying items meaning credits and stuff like that. So I've picked up credits probably 12 times, and then health I've picked up maybe 3 times, like health injectors, and then the rest of the 5 times was maybe like audio logs and stuff like that I picked up. So 2.5 hours and I've picked up 20 items. It's really fucking ridiculous. And while we're on the subject of audio logs, the fact that you can't play the audio logs while moving around is fucking atrocious. Like, who is going to stand here and listen to the audio log for 2 minutes or whatever and then move on? Like, it's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous way of doing it. And honestly, the devs are fucking themselves over because nobody is going to listen those audio logs with the audio log system functioning like that, you know, having to open your inventory, having to go to the thing, and then having to press play and then literally have this menu open until the playing stops. That's fucking ridiculous. I really cannot comment on the character progression because I'm 2.5 hours into the game and I haven't encountered character progression yet. So honestly, I don't know what the character progression actually is, you know. It could be shitty, it could be really good. I just don't know because, like, you know, I haven't encountered it yet at all. Like, the devs of this game want you to compare this game to Dead Space, and it simply lacks in each and every department versus Dead Space. So if they want to make the comparison to Dead Space, sure, let's fucking compare. Dead Space has actual character progression. You can upgrade your suit in Dead Space, you can upgrade your abilities. You actually get abilities in this game. So far I haven't gotten a single ability. In Dead Space you get different guns, like really nice guns, different guns, laser guns, ballistic guns, a bunch of different weapons, obviously, including, I think, Dead Space had melee as well, as far as I can remember. You also obviously get the abilities. You can increase your oxygen, you can increase your health, all of that kind of stuff factors into the character progression. So really the Dead Space wins there. Dead Space wins much more in regards to atmosphere. Like, Dead Space is a scary fucking game. Like, seriously, Dead Space is a really scary game. I've played Dead Space 1 and 2, I think, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I played 1 and 2 completely through, and then 3, I think I gave up with 3, I can't remember exactly. Maybe I should play 3 again, but anyway, Dead Space 1 and 2 are really scary. They did a fantastic job with the atmosphere, and they didn't resort to shitty jump scares in Dead Space 1 and 2. And in this game they did a whole bunch of jump scares already. They did like 5, maybe 6 jump scares, and not a single one of them actually made me jump. Like, a jump scare is just there to make you jump. It's not actually to scare you. They call it a jump scare, but like I explained previously, putting a massive fucking scream in the game when the jump scare happens doesn't actually scare you. It fucking destroys your ears, and then automatically you like retort, you know, you recoil from the noise. So it's not even a jump scare, it's a fucking ear rape is basically what they should call it, you know. So this game has done 4 or 5 or 6 ear rapes on me, and it didn't even get a reaction from me, to be honest. So Dead Space is way better with regards to the atmosphere. Obviously this game does look better than Dead Space 1, 2 or 3 because it's built on Unreal Engine. Obviously Unreal Engine looks really good, and this game does look good. But like I say, it's not even on the level of Cyberpunk 2077 in my opinion, and Cyberpunk 2077 came out, what, 2 years ago, you know, so this game honestly is not even on that level. And then we get to the performance. The performance is dog guts. It is terrible. Multiple times now I've demonstrated to you guys that this game runs like dog shit. The game seriously has no right to run as bad as it does, and yet it does. So first off, the devs either are fucking assholes for releasing the game in this state, or they know that it released is basically unfixable due to Denuvo, and they simply didn't care. So in the one scenario, they are just fucking lazy because they don't care that the game runs so shitty. And in the second one, they are just downright fucking assholes because they are selling a product. They're charging $60 for a product that they know runs like dog shit. Like, I mean, you guys saw now multiple times my FPS going down to like completely unplayable levels, 7 FPS, 10 FPS. The game crashed, the game froze multiple times. I mean, fucking hell. This is a $60 game running on a nearly $3,000 PC. This should not fucking happen. And yet, the developers still released the game in this state. At least the guys from Cyberpunk 2077, CD Projekt Red, at least they delayed their game 3 times to attempt to work out some of the issues with their game. And yeah, there were still definitely issues when the game released, but at least they fucking tried. It just really seems like these devs, Krafton, simply didn't give a fuck, because obviously they got probably in excess of 1 million pre-orders for the game, which needless to say is at least $60 million, and they simply didn't care. They just are fucking laughing all the way to the bank, and they don't care. So yeah, the story of the game is okay, you know, it's okay. Obviously there's a lot of plot holes, like I explained at the beginning. When the dudes actually land on the ship, how were they not detected? You know, my alarm system in my house is able to detect a fucking bird in the house, and then the alarms goes off. Yet the alarm system in this game, I don't know, the fucking game is like, I think it's set in the year 3000 and something, if I can remember correctly. Let me quickly have a look here. I think it's set in 3000 and something. 2300, that's the year that this game is set in. It's set in the year 2320. So it's 300 years into the future. And yet they don't have ships that can detect when multiple armed humans are walking around on the ship unauthorized. Like, that just fucking doesn't make sense, you know? My alarm system in my house can detect a bird when I'm not in the house, so it's fucking bullshit that the ship could have been taken down and invaded by multiple armed hostiles, and yet they were completely unaware of it, you know? So there's multiple plot holes with regards to the story, you know. I'm sure if you overlook all of those plot holes, that the story could be interesting, you know. Prisoner escaping from the prison and then obviously going to hunt down that Japanese chick that was also with him on the planet and all of that kind of shit. And I don't know where this alien zombie plague is coming from, you know. But to be honest with you, I don't fucking care, you know. With Dead Space, it was a really interesting story with regards to Dead Space. And with this game, I just really don't care, you know. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if I don't even play the complete story. By the way, I read that you can complete the complete story in 15 hours. So you're looking at a 15-hour campaign basically if you play it slow. And there's no new game plus or anything like that. So it's literally $60 and 15 hours, and then you're done with it, you know. There will be no replayability because the game is massively linear, as we have already seen. It is gigantically linear. I think there was one place, that place with the gate switch, where I put the gate switch in, one place that was not linear, which literally was like one area and then one room that was not linear. The rest of the entirety of the game has been linear, you know. Not even Dead Space was this fucking linear, you know. I don't expect the game to be fucking open world like Dragon Age or fucking Far Cry or Skyrim or something like that, you know. But to have this amount of linearity is like fucking old school, you know. And it's fine if the game is good, you know. A linear game, a good linear game is better than a bad open world game, you know, absolutely. But this game is bad and it's linear, you know, so there's no excitement, there's no opportunity to even spice it up or nothing like that, you know. So honestly, I mean, do I need to say it? I really cannot recommend this game. Like, seriously, it's just not a good game, and it is certainly not a good game if you compare it to Dead Space, you know. Like, seriously, they're making a new Dead Space, basically Dead Space 4, also known as Dead Space Remastered. So I would honestly rather save my $60 for that, you know. Save your $60 that you would spend on this piece of shit and wait for Dead Space Remaster. That's obviously like the best advice that I can give to you. Seriously, this game is one to pass on. Apart from the game being bad, and apart from the game being fucking threadbare, and apart from the fact that the game is infected with Denuvo Malware, which gives you 7 FPS and crashes on a nearly $3,000 PC, apart from all of that shit, you need to remember that the developers and the publisher of this game are immoral. They did multiple immoral things, and like I said, I always vote with my wallet. If at all it can be fucking helped, I will not give money to an immoral company. I will fucking pirate their games before I give money to an immoral company, you know. Like I said, that's why I haven't spent a single cent on any Activision or Blizzard games in honestly over 4 years, because of all of the immoral bullshit that they did and still continue to do. And it's the same as 2K. I have not given a cent on any 2K games in probably also around 4 years. Like, I think the last game that I bought, that I actually paid for from them, was Borderlands 3, and I think Borderlands 3 was like 2018 or 2019, you know. So since then I have not bought a single game from 2K, because they are simply one of the most immoral game developers in the entire industry, and unfortunately it seems that they have some competition in their immorality with Krafton, the developers and publishers of this game. So yeah guys, honestly, what more do I need to say? Like I said, save your money, don't spend $60 on this game unless you have like a $5,000 PC, and I think even then you will lag like a motherfucker, because Denuvo Malware doesn't care about the specs of your PC. It just fucking eats your PC for breakfast, you know. No Denuvo Malware games that I've played so far run normally, you know. They all suffer massive performance issues, like Planet Zoo and Tiny Tina's Wonderland and Tales from the Borderland and what was the other one? I fucking forget, but it doesn't matter. They're all bullshit. So yeah guys, honestly I cannot recommend this game. One thing that I can recommend, however, is that you head over to nexus.gg/LFP Gaming if you are gonna buy any Steam games. Any Steam games that you buy through nexus.gg/LFP Gaming not only benefits me, but it also benefits the developers of the games, because they get 30% more of your money. So let's say you were to buy this piece of shit on nexus.gg, even though it's not available on there because these developers have chosen not to sell their games on there, but let's say you buy this piece of shit for $60. That would mean that Valve would have taken $20 of the developer's money. So the developer would only have gotten $40 from your purchase. But because you buy it on nexus.gg/LFP Gaming, the developer gets that cut, which Valve would have taken, and that means they can even give me 5% or so of the game. It usually differs, but usually around 5% of the purchase price, and then they get to keep the rest. So not only do I make money, the developers get more of your money, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. And there are some really good games on there available on nexus.gg/LFP Gaming, like God of War, Borderlands is on there, Jurassic World Evolution is on there, Shadow Warrior is on there. There's thousands of games are on there from some really good developers. So yeah, if you want to support the channel and you want to get something out of it as well, then it would be super fantastic if you could purchase any Steam games that you are thinking about purchasing on nexus.gg/LFP Gaming. Like I say, it doesn't cost you anything extra, it just costs you a couple of extra clicks in order to actually create the account on there. And then in addition to that, you can also support me on patreon.com/LFP or on streamelements.com/LFP gaming/tip if you want to make any direct donations to the channel. It really helps me to buy more games to review for you guys. Fortunately, I didn't have to spend money on this game because the developer sent me a code for this game, but many other games that I review I purchase with the money that you guys support the channel with, so that is super appreciated. So if you want to see more reviews, then you guys know what to do. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it. That is the Stuttering Protocol. I definitely cannot recommend the Stuttering Protocol. Like I said, pro tip for you guys, don't spend $60 on this game. Rather spend $60 on Dead Space Remastered when it is released. But remember, do not pre-purchase games. This is how people get fucked over, by pre-purchasing games and then the developers choose to add Denuvo to the game. So don't pre-purchase games. Wait for reviews. Like, ignore the FOMO. Just ignore the FOMO. If you're gonna miss out on playing the game on day 1 or day 2, that's not fucking the end of the world, you know? Just play something else, you know? Watch some TV or something like that. And then on day 1 or day 2 or day 3, when the reviews come out, then you can choose to buy the game. That way you will be never disappointed and do